Both of these teams are drinking in the last chance saloon with the last playoff spot in the National League up for grabs here tonight. The Bees know that a win in regulation will seal their place in the National League playoff quarterfinals. The Solway Sharks know that any other result keeps them in the battle for one more weekend at least to send it potentially to their game on Friday night against the Leeds Knights. Thank you for joining us here at the Slough Ice Arena this evening for this National League encounter between the Bees and the Solway Sharks. And I'm joined by Tom Graham. And Tom, we'll talk about last night's results of both teams shortly, but this game has massive season-ending season-ending... I've got the words.
Season-ending, whatever. Well, at the end of the day, the season comes down, really, for these two teams to the next 60 minutes of ice hockey. As you say, a Bees win in regulation. It's over. The Bees would qualify for the playoffs. The Sharks know they have to come in tonight and get at least a point. Really, they need two, and yeah, it's going to be a massive game for both teams. It should be an absolute cracker.
Implications was the word I was looking for.
Implications. There we go.
I'm not that stupid. I do apologise already, everyone. The league table coming into tonight. As I said, these two teams played last night. The Bees going down 8-2 in Romford to the Raiders. 4 goals from Adam Lasham, 2 for TJ Anderson, booking the Raiders their spot in the playoffs. Marcel Balaz and Will Stead on the board for the Bees. The Sharks went down 10-4 at home to the Telford Tigers. 2 goals for Olivier Arsenault to keep his push for the top point-scoring defenceman. Well, just keep going. He's chasing down Brock Bartholomew at a rate of knots in the last 2 weeks. He with a chance of grabbing that at the end of the season. The Tigers themselves a hat-trick each for Scott McKenzie and Jesse Sutton. The Leeds Knights won 5-4 away in Sheffield. 2 goals for Jake Witkowski. They've already won the league title. They're 11 points clear of the Milton Keynes Lightning, who went down 4-2 in Swindon last night, thanks to 2 goals from Glenn Billing on the delayed face-off there because of a crash on the M4, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah. MK got stuck in traffic.
The Peterborough Phantoms, they keep hanging on to 5th place at the moment. The Telford Tigers are charging. They won 8-4 at home away at the Howard Seahawks even. Hat-trick for Ivan Bjorkley-Nordstrom. 2 goals for Declan Jones. The Phantoms here next Saturday. And Tom, looking at the table, the 7 spots are gone. All eyes are on 8th and 9th. Yeah, and
it makes the equation really simple for both teams. There's nothing that anyone else can do for them now, at least as far as tonight goes. You're not looking at what the other teams around you are doing. It's very much 60 minutes of ice hockey here in Slough, and it's not quite winner takes all, but it's getting close to that point. Well, it is if the Bees win, obviously, but even for the Sharks, you've got to win, and then you've got to do something at the next weekend to seal your place. But yeah, there's nothing that either team can do now other than win hockey games.
The important thing is the last 2 games, the Sharks have Leeds and Hull. The Bees have Peterborough and Sheffield, arguably the favourable of the weekends, but you can't really say anything in hockey, particularly at this end of the season.
No, exactly. And you don't want to, think about next weekend. You've got to get the job done tonight first. Whichever team you're in, whichever situation you're in, and then worry about next weekend if applicable.
Well, let's look at the teams for tonight. Firstly, the home side, the TSI Well Bees, they line up 2 Adam Rossbottom, 5 Ollie Nags, 9 Vanya Antonov, 11 Zane McKenzie, 17 Harry Harkup, 18 Ryan Webb, 19 Will Stead, 21 Marcel Balaz, 23 Dominic Gabai, 24 Dan Rose, 29 Gianni Vitali, 65 Harvey Stead, 73 Ed Bradley, 74 Liam Morris, 75 Brendan Baird, 91 welcome back Aidan Doughty, 94 Stuart Mogg, netminders 36 Brett Shepherd, 44 Brithen Priest, bench coach Bill Webb, Josh Smith not icing from last night, Harry Harkup back in the lineup, and Aidan Doughty back from injury as the 2 mascots have taken a tumble at centre ice.
Synchronised.
Tom, obviously, it's a team that's been sort of up and down the last few weeks. They pull off some big wins. They've had some bad losses as well, particularly in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
They know what they need to do tonight. A Bees team that needs to be fired up for this.
Yeah, you've got to have a quick start tonight. Particularly, the Bees coming off a, as you say, poor result yesterday against the Raiders in Romford. That's a game that they would have wanted to be at least competitive in, and to go down 8-2 is not the result they'd have been looking for. But yeah, they've got to come out fast. They know destiny is in their own hands. They're on home ice, but yeah, you can't take anything for granted, and Solway are going to be just as up for this, if not more so, because they know, the season is absolutely on the line for them tonight.
Well, the season is on the line, and here's the Solway Sharks with nothing to lose tonight. 5, Olivier Arsenault, 6, Stuart Kerr, 10, Liam Stenton, 12, Kel Beattie, 14, Lewis Young, 15, Kieran Hare, 22, John Dunbar, 25, Connor Henderson, 26, Callum McGill, 43, Nolan Gardner, 47, Ross Connolly, 49, Liam Danskin, 51, Struan Tonner, 71, Craig Peacock, 89, Scott Henderson, 90, Ross Murray, 92, Callie Robertson, netminders 30, Callum Hepburn, 31, Logan Reed, bench coach Martin Grubb and Jamie Thompson. Tom, the Sharks have absolutely nothing to lose now and everything to gain.
Yeah, nothing to lose, everything to gain. You're absolutely right. You know, I think this is it's not the best position to be in. Obviously, going into the last 3 games knowing you have to win, but it's a position that you'd still take as a coach. You're in a position now where you can make the playoffs. They had a slow start to the season. They've been much better the second half of the year, and they've got some real firepower in this lineup. So it's going to be, they're a team that can come out here and do some damage to the Bees.
There are a handful of Sharks fans who've made the long trip down south. Welcome to all of you who've joined us here on the stream tonight. The Bees are about to take the ice. Your officials for this evening in the Water Wings of Power, it's Mr. James Irons and Mr. Hugh Poulton, and they're joined on the lines by Mr. Justin Lalonde and Mr. Pavel Olshak. They are in charge for the evening, as the Bees once again, as Tom called him a couple of weeks ago, Big Game Breath is about to lead out.
Did I call him that?
You did earlier.
Fair enough.
Leads them out at home here in what is essentially a playoff game. It's Bees versus Sharks, and we'll have the first period with you back in about 2 minutes' time following the national anthem.
Ladies and gents, we can all be upstanding, please, for tonight's national anthem.
There's a rather large crowd in tonight. We are awaiting Hugh Poulton on the ice. He is here. I have seen him in the rink, so we'll go with one referee for the moment until Hugh joins us on the ice. Starting netminders for both sides. Firstly, for the TSI World Bees, Brithen Priest gets the starting goal. He is 19, 20 and 3 on the year, an 881 save percentage, 4.21 goals against average in 2,451 minutes in the crease. He picked up the loss last night with 8 against on 46 shots. For the Solway Sharks at the other end, starting netminder Callum Hepburn. He comes into tonight 9, 16 and 4, an 850 save percentage, 4.61 goals against average in 1,729 minutes in the crease. He gave up 9 on 38 shots last night against the Telford Tigers, who did pick up the win here on his one and only start earlier in the year. Tom, in terms of netminders, both of these guys are more than capable at this level. If one of them has a bad night, it could cost the team big, but those bad nights are few and far between. Yeah,
well, as you say, Brithen Priest has had a good first season in the National League, having been, an elite league backup for a couple of years. Callum Hepburn, obviously, he's a big. We said big game Cal as well. This is the guy who backstopped Solway to 5 trophies last season in North 1. So this is a guy who knows how to win these crucial matchups where the Sharks have to win. The netminding battle is going to be huge tonight.
So we just await second referee on the ice.
I'm just also going to say, you know, these are two teams who statistically are incredibly well balanced in terms of the amount of goals scored and conceded this year. I think there's only one difference between the two of them. So
in both categories.
In both categories. So this is an incredibly even matchup on paper. So it should be an absolute, like I say, cracking game. I think we are just going to start with one ref, and James Irons is going to drop the puck.
James Irons calls them in. We're underway with period number 1. Dongabai winning the opening draw. Bradley tries to go through the neutral zone. That's immediately taken away. Antonov, first loose puck, hammered by Craig Peacock on the way into the zone. Playing in the corner. Sharks turn the puck over. Cleared up ice. That'll be our first icing call of the night. 26 seconds gone.
I think it's a going to be a big opening kind of 5 minutes to see how the two teams kind of settle into this game. You know, I think there's going to be obviously nerves on both sides here.
It's which team wants to set the tone early. Face off one by the Sharks. Puck knocked loose, no one wants to collect it. Bees do turn it over. Back to Mogg at the blue line. Fired down low. Rose. Takes the hit. Will Stead tries to turn away from one. Arsenault right there takes the puck away from him. Turned over again in front of Vitali. Knocked away. Sharks try and clear the zone. Cross ice pass to Dunbar. Saved by Priest. Rebound blocked by Rose. And that will go the length of the ice back. Stenton will collect. Sharks through neutral ice. Right away through traffic from Lewis Young. Priest off the glove, luckily wide. Rossbottom. Not forward to Doughty. He loses out almost immediately. Sharks once more into the zone. Young drops it off, fired across to Henderson. Morris collects a loose puck. Weaves his way left to right, sent back at the Sharks blue line. Turns back around for another go, dumped in, he'll skate to the bench. Kerr. Dispossessed by a moment there by Zane McKenzie. Nags. Across to Mock. McKenzie up the right hand side, just tips it on ahead. No one there in the black shirt. Webb gives chase, Stenton beats him to it, takes the hit. Brings it up ice himself. Cross ice pass attempted to Tonner. Nags' clearance kept in by Stenton. Or by Murray even, sorry. And finally cleared. Icing called, will come the length of the way back on that one. 2.5 minutes gone, and we said about setting an early tone. Both teams trying to find a foothold.
Yeah, cagey opening. I think Solway probably seen more of the puck than the Bees so far, but no kind of clear-cut chances for either team yet. But certainly, you know, as you say, both teams trying to find their footing in this game. Obviously, with so much on the line, there's kind of, going to be a case of trying to set that tone, set that tempo early on.
Sharks win the draw. Dunbar spins away from Nags. Webb able to get stick in. Nags up to Harker. Dispossessed. Peacock across to Dunbar. Poked away by Mogg. Back to the blue line. Towards goal. Misses everything wide. At the other side, Nags tries to leave it for Harker. Once again, bit dangerous play here from the young defenseman. Settles it down, finds McKenzie, skates to the bench. McKenzie gets over centre ice, fires in on goal. And the Bees get the change in. Temperature clearance from Beattie, blocked down immediately by Ballas. Pinned in the corner, goodbye. Finds Antonov. Turns and fires, that shot blocked. Falls back to Ballas, that shot also blocked in front. Little chip and chase there by the Sharks. Stead beats Gardner to the puck. Bradley will send it down. Goodbye. Tipped on ahead. Into the corner. Kerr will get there ahead of Balaz. Shipped into the corner once more. Robertson. Or Henderson, sorry. Loses out to Bradley. Antonov finds Balaz at the right-hand wing. Finds Goodbye in front. Goodbye in front. Kicked away by Hepburn. Goal. No, penalty called.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a hook or a slash here.
Hooking is called. 4:08 time of the penalty on the Sharks.
See the
replay.
Yeah, it just gets the stick up. It's not a big one, but when the player's going through on net, you're always going to get that one called, I think, in those scenarios.
Callie Robertson sits 2 minutes for hooking.
Yeah, it's not a big hook there from Robertson, but like I say, I do think referees tend to call that more when there's a player on-rushing like that, and it kind of interferes with the scoring opportunity.
Bees power play, 42 goals on the year, 20.39% success rate. That has dropped like a stone in the last month or two. The Sharks penalty kill has given up 56 goals on the year, a 71.86 success rate. Bees trying to set up shop. Last time, well, here on the stream, it was a bit static, and that pass from Balaz back to Vitali, not anywhere near tape. Goodbye, back to collect, he'll leave it for Bradley. Vitali up the left-hand side, stopped immediately. Bees probably offside there, and Sharks felt so, but they're going the other way. Balaz stopped at the blue line once again. Goodbye. Into the Sharks zone. Drops off to Vitali. Fired across ice to Ed Bradley. Bradley from a tight angle, shot off the shoulder of Hepburn and wide. Back to Goodbye. Antonov fired cross ice, no one there in the black shirt. And Sharks will clear it the length of the ice. Priest has to come out of his net to play it, takes it away from Gardner. Leaves it for Morris. 40 seconds left on the Robertson niner. He's throwing the second unit out there. Morris steps round two Sharks. Escorted through the crease. Baird. Back to Mogg. Through traffic, deflected in front. Sharks able to clear once again. Mogg. Bees looking to maybe set up a chance where the man comes out of the box as opposed to scoring it, and they immediately stopped at the blue at centre ice by Craig Peacock. Doughty, cross-ice pass, foot race for Wilstead and Arsenault. The two are coming together. Stead wants a penalty called, nothing doing. Sharks back to full strength. Mogg works away for traffic. There is a penalty coming on the Sharks now. Delayed penalty. No one has seen it on the Bees here at the moment. Priest finally makes it back to the bench just as the Sharks touch it up. And there's a cross-checking minor called here. 6:20 time of the penalty.
Yeah, good kill that from the Sharks, to be honest. A bit of another kind of nervous, static-looking power play for the Bees. And this is I think the first.
That was
contact.
the Arsenal one that Wilstead wanted a penalty for.
The Wilstead one.
I don't think we actually caught the other one.
No,
we'll wait and see who it is in the box. But 2 minutes of cross-checking on, and the winning number drawn was Liam Danskin. 2 minutes of cross-checking.
So the Bees get another chance straight back on the power play. But like I say, that was quite a tense-looking power play with a lot of loose passes and not enough movement, but also a very disciplined defensive unit from Solway.
The Bees have another chance. Goodbye. Down low Vitali. That attempted first shot is blocked, and then that is going to be a high stick. Not intentional, obviously, no. But it is a high stick nonetheless.
Yeah, Liam Stenton, I think, is the man who got caught.
That second power play is immediately killed off.
We may have some blood on the ice here as well, so this might be a double minor.
Yeah, 6:34 time of the penalty. It's Gianni Vitali in the box, so we'll wait and see if it's 2 or 4.
Yeah, it's one of those where, as you say, clearly not intentionally, he was trying to play the puck, but you've got to be in control of your stick. He's caught Stenton up high. He's potentially, by the look of it, drawn blood. So, yeah, nothing that James Irons is going to call other than a penalty on that one.
I do believe I've just seen James Irons call it as a double minor, so I think it's going to be 4.
I think the explanation there, I'm not an expert lip reader, but I think the explanation there to Marcel Balaz is there's blood, is a high stick. I've got no other option. Yeah, 2+2 for high sticks.
And we're just waiting one of the members of the rink staff to come across with a shovel, which in previous weeks when that's happened, well, we could be here a while.
Yeah, so we're going to have 1 minute 46 seconds of 4-on-4, followed by 2 minutes 14 or less, depending on if Solway can take advantage of Sharks' power play time. So an opportunity here with more space on the ice for both teams, and then obviously going to be a slightly extended power play opportunity for Solway.
I'm trying to see who the player is that's coming down. It's Ross
Murray. We've both made the same mistake then. Can't read 90 for 90 or 10, but it's Murray that's... Yeah,
Murray has off the ice.
I was going to say, I think he's unfortunately leaking a little bit, unfortunately. So hopefully nothing too serious, and we'll see him back in the game later on.
No, he has gone back to the changing room for now. Gives me enough time to say, obviously, with the Sharks about to go on a power play in 2 minutes' time. They've scored 47 goals on the power play coming into tonight, 22.93 success rate. The Bees' penalty kill has given up 42 goals on the season, 76.8 success rate. And the Sharks obviously do have the top power play goal scorer in the league in Nolan Gardner with 17 on the year.
Looks like we're going to obviously have to face off down here because the penalty was on the Bees. It's going to take... This may take a minute or two, I think. Unfortunately.
That's right. It's 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 46, as Tom says. We are still waiting Hugh Bolton to join us, which again is odd. I have seen him. He is in the building somewhere.
Yeah, hopefully nothing too serious on this one. Like I say, his jersey is on the bench, so he's ready to go. It's ready for him if and when he's ready to go. But for the meantime, James Irons in control here.
I know he had a very interesting game last night, so I wonder if he's stuck in a phone call about that at the moment.
Yeah, potentially, yes. I mean, James Irons has been around a long time. He'll be able to.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. He's grown up. He's
I'm old enough to remember him as a linesman.
I was going to say, I remember a very young James Irons coming through in the EPL as a linesman, and quite often up in Swindon, to be honest, being a Cardiff-based official.
You can tell we're filling for time, can't you?
Yeah. Good news is they've cleared the ice, and I think we're ready to go again.
Yeah.
So you can stop hearing us natter about the old days and start hearing us talk about some hockey.
Back when I were a lad.
Yeah. When I were a boy.
All right, the Zamboni door's finally shut. We're ready to go. 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 46. Sharks win the draw. Lovely stick handle there from Liam Stenton. Makes it easy to see which is 10 and 90 at the moment. Bees the other way. Harvey Stead carries it over the blue line. Drops it off for goodbye. The spin around the pass shoved behind that by Hepburn. And an already wide ice pad gets even wider when there's one less man apiece on it. Dunbar tries to go through Ed Bradley. Priest sort of punches it aside with his glove. Arsenault lets it run out the zone. Snaps round Balaz for a moment and instead goes back. Peacock. Sharks finally make a break up ice with Beattie. Scored around the back of the net by Mogg. Drops off the side of the net. Cross ice pass. Falls nicely to Kerr. Ansonov will put him under some pressure. Finally brought out of the pile. Mogg will collect the loose puck. Takes it away from Gardner for a minute and then just flicks it out the zone. 30 seconds left, 4-on-4. Beattie goes back to Kerr. Kerr into the zone. Drops off now. Peacock with a chance. Blocked by Baird. Tumbling bodies in front. Now, Gardner's now taking a stick in the face. This time by Stuart Mogg. Baird collects a loose puck. Antonov. Away from him. Gardner. Sharks back to full strength. So on the power play now. Harvey Stead with a very, very mistimed hit there. And all of a sudden, 5-on-4 has become 5-on-3. Harvey Stead is going to sit 2 minutes for kneeing. 8:29 time of the penalty.
Yeah, and it's going to be a full 2 minutes of 5-on-3 as well, with the
second part of
the Vitali penalty coming. So this is a huge opportunity for Solway to get the first goal in this hockey game. Yeah, they've got some, as we said, they've got some very effective power play guys on this team, and yeah, it's a bit of a. I think you can't criticise the referee on that. It's a good call for me, from my vantage point.
I think it's. I'll say my point in a minute. The Sharks on the power play, 5-on-3. The first part of the Vitali minor is now done, so it's 2 solid minutes. Gardner down low, tries to go across, but Priest gets the stick on it. Balaz tries to take it away from Gardner. Peacock gets ahead of the goodbye for the loose puck. To use a common hashtag, Sharks are circling. Down low the chance, Priest off the shoulder. As Arsenault tries to shovel one in. Attempted clearance kept in once more. That shot fired wide. Bouncy backboards once more. Back to Arsenault. Gardner blocked by Goodbye. Balaz will try and set Goodbye away. Deflection off the stick of Gardner makes that fall nicely to Arsenault. Arsenault throwing goal lovely, but he's finally escorted away by Stuart Moll with a despairing dive. Dunbar back to the blue line again. Dunbar again, the box tightening down, shot wide of the goal by Arsenault. Gardner. Arsenault again. Drops off a Dunbar. Loses the handle on it for about half a second, but able to get it back. Gardner shot off the backboard again. Fired around to Dunbar. Very tired Bees penalty kill now, and that one goes through Mogg. And the goalpost comes off as the two throw themselves in front of it. I don't think the Bees are going to be allowed a change here.
No, because Priest knocked the net off himself, then it's going to be effectively an icing, so they won't be able to change. It's a very aggressive penalty killing unit with the 2 import forwards in Goodbye and Balaz, sorry. Some really good puck movement here from Solway, but again, some really good last-ditch defending so far from the Bees on this penalty kill.
Goodbye wins the draw. Mogg fires it out the zone, and the Bees will finally get a change in. At least the 2 forwards will. Dumped in, foot race. Brendan Baird will win it. Tries to clear it. Antonov able to complete the job, and that will finally let Stuart Mogg get a break. No, it won't. Mogg is going to iron horse his way through this penalty kill.
Captain's responsibility, that.
Sharks into the zone once more. Beattie drops it off, gets the return pass. Bees back to 4. Young down low. Bees back to full strength. That's one hell of a penalty kill from the home side.
That's a massive penalty kill for the Bees. To kill off a full 2 minutes of 5-on-3 power play is quite some going.
Held up down low. Vitali clears out the zone.
Harvey Stead is currently a winger as well because of that. There we go, he's got the change.
Falls to Mogg, who is still on the ice.
He's leading from the front as a captain there.
And then he will finally go get a line change. I'm just trying to work it out in my head. I think that's a 2-minute 50 shift.
Yeah, massive effort from Stuart Mogg on that one.
Bradley will take it through centre ice. Tries to dump it into the corner. Dan Rose is there. Back to Baird at the blue line. Steps in, fired towards goal, deflected off the skates of, I believe that's Craig Peacock, but I could be wrong there.
Yeah, I think it was.
Finally, we can have a small breather anyway. Sharks stopped at their own blue line. Beattie takes the puck away from Doughty. Cross-ice pass, finds Peacock. Slowly does it. Dunbar with a chance in front, saved by Priest. Bees break the other way. Harkup through centre ice. Shot towards goal into the glove of Hepburn. He'll hold on. 7:58 remaining in the first.
Now, it's a big save there from Priest on the cross-ice play from Solway here. We'll just see it on the replay. Does well to get across. He's got a big frame, Griffin Priest, and he got that leg out to him, kick it away. It's been a cagey first kind of 12 minutes here, but I would say an entertaining. It's certainly enthralling first 12 minutes.
The only thing missing at the moment is goals.
Yes. So I think it's going to be one of those games where they're not going to be the easiest to come by.
Sharks up ice once again. Shot blocked by Harvey Stead. Rebound. Priest once again. kicking the goal off. Gives me enough time to say. So the knee penalty on Harvey Stead. Now, this is a question I'll put to you, Tom. It feels like we're going to see more and more of those type of penalties as long as essentially body checks are being so harshly punished.
Yeah, definitely. It's clearly something that officials are looking out for more, and maybe, I don't know if there's a directive on them to look out for that more. But yeah, I think you're going to see more of those penalties. Certainly it was a penalty that I've seen a lot more this season than in previous years. It's not kneeing penalties were fairly rare even a couple of years ago, but I mean, I certainly don't, like I say at the time, I don't disagree with James Iron's call on that one. It did look like there was not necessarily intentional knee on knee contact, but I certainly poorly timed from Harvey Stead, which led to the contact. So yeah, I definitely think it's something that refs are going to clamp down on because they can cause obviously such severe injuries as well.
Sharks go for a change. The same McKenzie collects the puck, finds Vitali, tries to step round Young. Good work by the winger to stop that rush. But he's not really able to get much going at the moment. Long stretch pass to Will Stead, tipped into the corner. Foot race between him and Beatty. Held up and down low. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the first. Beatty takes a tumble on the puck. Finally knocked clear. Sharks with it. Given away to Ollie Nags. Nags chips it into the zone. Foot race once again. Will Stead this time wins the race, but is pinned to the boards for his troubles. But able to bring it away. Two Sharks of company. He leaves it for Goodbye, who loses an edge and loses the puck. Goodbye. Collects the puck in neutral ice. Brushes past Arsenal. Will have Henderson for company. And loses the puck in that battle. Sharks breakout pass once again, not to anyone in particular. Bradley. But finds his way to balance. Pass deflected. Hepburn will have to cover that one up with Antonov bearing down. 5:51 to go in the first. Yeah, I just think that we're going to see more of them because players are going to have to change the way they hit now. Anything remotely close to their head we've seen a lot this year has been called, and the penalties are so severe. I think you're going to see more trips, you're going to see more clips, you're going to see more kneeing calls.
Yeah.
Because they have to counteract the other way.
Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense as a theory, and I certainly think it's something that we have seen more of this year than in previous seasons.
Sharks break the other way. John Dunbar tries to go through Ed Bradley. Puck knocked loose. Goodbye. Can't get under control. Finds Bradley. Bradley into the zone. Snaps the shot on goal. And that one falls nicely into the catcher of Hepburn.
Yeah, something that Ed Bradley's very good at, jumping up into that player, is to be kind of the extra forward as coming off the blue line and getting those quick shots away.
It's been refreshing having him back of just a defenseman with sort of that inclination to go for and join rushes.
To jump forwards and join that rush. It does add a different dynamic to the defence that I think the Bees just didn't have that first part of the season.
Rossbottom with the puck, shot set goes wider than that, I should say. Stenton will collect. Up ice to Gardner. Cross-ice pass again, shot safe. Priest, rebound loose. Falls nicely to Peacock. Once again, the goal comes off. It's got to be at least 5 or 6 now. So someone in the period break needs to get out there with a screwdriver.
Yeah, they need to have, and I think it's the same mooring every time. It's that left-hand mooring of Priest's goal. He's like I say, we've said already, he's a tall, rangy goal netminder as well. So he's going to be pushing into those posts from side to side. So if you've got a questionable mooring, then the net's going to be coming off too much, to be honest.
He's win the draw. Morris tries to blow past his man and does. Bears down on goal. Tries to find Doughty, but enough Sharks in the lane to break up that pass. Bradley keeps the clearance in at the blue line. Poked away at the back there by McGill. Harvey Stead from behind his own net. Lead the rush up ice himself. Gets over centre ice, dumps it in. Goes all the way around the balls to Will. Vitali can't get on the end of it. glove down in the Shark zone. No idea whose it is. There is a penalty called on that one. High stick is called again. Not sure on who. 15:46 time of the penalty.
Find out in a second.
I believe it's on the Sharks this time.
Yeah, I think it's going to be...
Can't see who it is from here.
I'll tell you who it is. It is Ross Connolly.
Ross Connolly, there you go.
Because I saw the back end of the number and I couldn't remember who it was, but I just looked at the notes.
47. 2 minutes. Ross Connolly, 2 minutes for high sticks, 15:46.
I could read the number, but I couldn't read the name, so I had to refer to the notes on that one.
You've got the right angle on that.
Yeah.
Bees win the draw. Bradley at the blue line. Leaves it for goodbye. Back to Bradley. Snaps a shot on goal. Hepburn's shoulder makes a save. Peacock can't clear. Arsenault holds it in the corner. 3 Bs for company. Not loose to Danskin. Under pressure from Antonov. Puck knocked loose. Shot towards goal. Wide of the net by Vitali. Antonov cross ice finds Bradley. Vitali. Puck finds his way back to goodbye at the blue line. Winds up, fires through traffic. That's wide of the net. Goodbye. Down low. Balaz. Over to Antonov. Steps in. Tries to fire it through a wall of bodies, and that's never going to work. Priest out of the net. Sharks able to get a full change in. Bradley drops it off for goodbye. Bounces over the stick of Balaz. Antonov. Round it comes to Bradley. Goodbye. Antonov snaps a shot towards goal. Puck knocked loose again. Goodbye keeps it in at the blue line. 30 seconds left on the man advantage. Ross Murray currently running round back to the Sharks bench. He's all fixed up. Goodbye. Bradley winds up, fires through traffic. Hepburn sees it late, but sees it nonetheless. He holds on. 2:32 to go.
Another power play where we're seeing a really good disciplined approach from Solway in keeping the Bees' bodies out to the perimeter, away from those high danger scoring areas. Again, I'd like to see a bit more movement from the Bees' power play that feels quite slow and a bit laboured, and the passing, it's just a bit predictable at the moment from the Bees, but don't take anything away from Solway. They're keeping their shape and they're forcing the Bees to keep to those perimeter areas.
Not sure what conversation is currently going on.
I think there's a bit of a discussion between the bench.
I think there's a Hugh Bolton!
Hey, there we go. Better late than never, Hugh.
We're finally up to a full complement of officials.
It's only taken 17.5 minutes, but Hugh has been able to make it out onto the ice.
Sharks win the draw. Fired the length of the ice into the glove of Priest.
Well watched by Griffin Priest, that one.
Absolutely, that was on target.
That was going top corner if you didn't read that one right.
Mogg, penalty about to expire, finds Morris. Ross bottom. Penalty over, Sharks back to full strength. Morris drops it off for Ross bottom. Morris gets hammered down by Peacock. Back to bed. Mogg will go through traffic. Finds its way back onto the stick of Liam Morris. Gardner now for the Sharks. Pinned against the boards. Doughty finishes his hit on Gardner. And all of a sudden, the hits are flying in. In every possible angle, it's hard to keep up at the moment. The Sharks out of the zone, dispossessed. Will Stead at the blue line. Again gets poke checked this time. Sharks the other way with Henderson. He's met by Harvey Stead. Young takes the puck. He loses out to Ed Bradley. Henderson and Rose are coming together. That one we're not going to count. Bradley fired into the chest of Hepburn. He'll hold on. 1:10 to go in the first.
Yeah, just the last couple of minutes, just as you say, all of a sudden the physicality has ramped up. I think both teams are trying to set the tempo more. I think we just... I think Solway It's just been told they were too late on that change, so going to have to send someone back to the bench. But yeah, definitely the physicality is ramping up. You can tell there's a lot on this game, and both teams know it. And yeah, they're trying to put their mark on this.
You said obviously, you know, a Bees winning 60 is what gets them their playoff spot.
Okay.
The Sharks, they're not making it easy, and nor obviously should they.
No, I was going to say, at the end of the day, they're in this playoff fight because they deserve to be in this playoff fight, and they want to be in that top 8 just as much as the Bees do.
Sharks win the draw, come the other way. Towards goal, falls nicely to Henderson. Shot fired through the crease. We enter the final minute of the first period. Antonov first, still a loose puck. He will try and weave his way through traffic. Vanya Antonov fired into the corner. Ed Bradley is the furthest man up ice. Moves along to Ballas. Tries to spin away from Young. Finds Gabai. Gabai in front! And just as we say, there's been no goals. The coach comes up big. Dom Gabai is 40th of the season. 19:23, time of the goal.
Well, that's a massive goal for the Bees in terms of momentum with less than a minute to go in this period. Puck into the slot, just too much room, and Gabai, as we've seen him do countless times over the years for the Bees, just snipes it over the shoulder, over the glove, sorry, of Callum Hepburn, and the Bees do get that opening goal late in this first period.
.96 on the season for the coach. Kerr for the Sharks. Knocked ahead, that falls nicely to Dunbar. Kept away by Rose, he has to return back. Down low to Peacock. Peacock tries to find Garner in the slot, but Rose able to block that pass. Didn't hear any assist, we'll find out for you in a second. Goodbye from Balaz and Antonov for the first Bees goal as we head to the first period break. A first period that has been penalty strewn, but only one goal in it, that coming in the final 40 seconds there from Dom Gabai. A very even period. The Bees will probably be somewhat fortunate to lead after 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think Solway, you know, they've come out hard. They've come out like a team that know they need to win, which is what they are. Obviously, the Bees had that massive 5-on-3 penalty kill, which was a bit of a momentum shift for them, but it's been a really even, quite a cagey period. A lot of physicality, and yeah, obviously that's a big goal for the Bees at the end of the period, but yeah, a lot of hockey still to be played, and you can only think that the physicality, the intensity, the tempo is only going to ramp up and up as this game goes on.
Well, we'll be back with the stats of the first period and the scores elsewhere, and hopefully some better fitted goal pegs in about 15 minutes time. Welcome back here to the hangar for the start of the second period. The Bees just coming onto the ice. Elsewhere in the league alone, Leeds Knights 3, Sheffield Steel Dogs 0, the Milton Keynes Lightning 2, Bristol Pitbulls 0, the Peterborough Phantoms 0, Raiders 0, and here more importantly it's the TSI World Bees 1, the Solway Sharks 0. Shots on goal for the first period, there were 9 on Britton Priest, 11 on Callum Hepburn, and Dom Gabai's 40th of the season in the final minutes, the only thing splitting the sides. One quick clarification before I throw it over to Tom. We should say Hugh Porton was here, he was on the lines. It was actually Justin Lalonde who was stuck in traffic from the N40. He was the one who turned up late. He is now here, obviously, on the line. Porton in his referee shirt, back with us for a four-man system. Tom, a very even first period. Solway probably better quality chances. Bees capitalising on the ones they got. Yeah,
the Bees didn't really have many clear-cut chances, but the one they had right at the end of that period with Gabai getting that bit of space in the slot he put away. Solway probably a little disappointed to have been kept off the scoreboard in that period. They obviously had the 5-on-3, which they had a couple of opportunities which they didn't get on target, which, you know, they'll feel they should have, and, you know, a couple of big saves from Griffin Priest to keep them out of it, to keep them off the scoreboard, sorry.
Hugh Porton calls them in. We are underway with the second period. Craig Peacock winning the opening puck drop. Arsenault from behind his own net. That's turned over to Gabai. Antonov finds his way around to Balaz. Under pressure from B-Team. B-Team creates the turnover. Gardner finds Dunbar. Return pass at the left wing. Gardner blows past Bradley. Back into the blue line, shot towards goal, saved by Priest, rebound loose in front, and that's a brilliant block in front, and a second save as well, I think, there from Priest. It's that man again. It's Stuart Mogg with the first block.
Yeah, Stuart Mogg sliding in for the block, and then Priest getting around Mogg to get the glove up on the second one.
Sharks still with it. Dunbar drops it off for Peacock. This time it's shot on goal. Stopped in front by the just sea of bodies, and the Bees are able to clear.
Yeah, we've said it before tonight, and you've said it already. The Sharks were circling there, and the Bees did well to hang on.
Back to the blue line. Bees with it. Will Stead works his way through traffic. Will Stead with a chance. Shot, save, Hepburn, puck knocked loose. Stead collects behind the goal. Fired across to goodbye, and this time it's the other goal peg that comes off. It's not just Brithin, it's the goal itself.
Yes, yeah. That was a massive, massive, massive opportunity there for the Sharks to get this game level. A huge block by Stuart Mogg, and then a huge save, a couple of huge saves from Priest. Yeah, a reminder that the Sharks are going to go for this in this second period.
Shot from the blue line, fired wide from Harvey Stead. Baird keeps it in for a moment there, but only finds Kel Beattie. Beattie, freedom of the right-hand side, drops it off for Gardner in front, and that shot well wide. Puck given away by Vitali, that shot snapped across the zone. Young fired towards goal, kicked aside by Priest. Stenton, that one chipped into the opposite corner. Vitali first to the loose puck, again loses the handle on it. Henderson gives it back to the Bees. Vitali able to clear the zone, comes off the stick of Stenton, so no icing call. Kerr first to it. Stenton bundled down by Rose. Rossbottom finds Vitali. Vitali unable to get the shot away. Robertson 2-on-2 the other way for the Sharks. Robertson blows past, I think it's Harvey Stead.
Yeah.
Does, well, distract his man enough, I'm going to say, for that one.
Kept him from being able to cut inside, if nothing else.
Bees the other way once more. Morris puts on the afterburners, finds Rossbottom, shot blocked by Stenton. Henderson, hit by Doughty, not the best one you'll see all night. Puts in neutral ice, pinned against the boards and a linesman at the moment. Finally knocked out the zone and bobbling around. Sharks will happily take it back with Connolly. On the left-hand side to Tonner, that one will be iced. Morgan beats Tonner to it. We'll come back this end of the ice. 3:02 gone in the second.
Yeah, a really good tempo to this first kind of 3 minutes of the second period. Solway, a lot of intent, a lot of early opportunities, a lot of pucks on net, and they're playing, you know, they've played the lion's share of this period so far in the Bees zone.
Face off right of Hepburn, won by the Bees. Shot snapped on goal by Balaz, blocked by Antonov. Rebound from Antonov, fired wide. Don't think he knew which direction he was pointing in on that one. Max picked off by Tonner. Taken away by Balaz. Balaz finds Antonov. Antonov shot kicked aside by Hepburn. Goodbye. Down to Balaz again. Balaz brilliantly holds off Connolly, snaps a shot on goal. Hepburn covers up and saves. McGill and Connolly, for some reason, I think they're trying to grab a reaction, I would say.
I don't think they were delighted by the fact that Balaz skated through the crease there. I don't know if there was much else he could have done there, but yeah, just try and get a reaction out of that and just make sure you're keeping him in mind that you're there when he's around your netminder, I guess is the thing. Great play for Balaz as well on that Antonov chance. Should say we've got Johnny Vitali's parents stood down below us as well. Yeah,
they don't have to put up with us on commentary this time.
I was say we know they're in the building this week as well, so we're not gonna be confused.
Face off left of Hepburn. Won by Peacock. Beattie first to the loose puck, round the boards, but only as far as goodbye. Taken away by Beattie. Gardner on the right-hand side to Dunbar. 3-on-3. Dunbar cross goal. Find Peacock back to Gardner, and that one is bundled home. And we are back all tied up thanks to Nolan Gardner's 46th goal of the season. 23-43.
Well, we said that the Sharks had come out and upped the tempo in this second period, and it's just a bit wide open. The player cross, it catches the stick of Priest on the way through, but nothing he can really do in that scenario. Gardner just be able to just force it over the line, and yeah, we're tied in this game. And to be honest, Solway deserved that. That's been coming.
They have piled on the pressure through the first period and at the start of this second. Gardner from Peacock and Dunbar, the Sharks' first goal. John Dunbar's 66th assist of the season. I think puts him only second behind Ross Venus, if I remember rightly. Don't quote me on that, please. If I'm wrong, send your complaints to Gary Scott, the Leeds Knights match night announcer. Not me, he did the thing. I've also just seen Ross Murray is just walking around the bench as well in a full face cage. I do believe he actually got a high stick in the eye from what people are saying. So
nasty.
It's a good thing he's back on the ice.
Yes.
Bees fire into the zone. BT turns it over. Rose fires it off the post. That would have been a disastrous one. Kel Beattie went for the Rabona on that one. We'll try it again this time. Fired through the legs of Arsenault. Collected by Will Stead. Stead shovels it down low to Vitali. Pressured by two Sharks. Stead takes it away from the pile, across two rows. Bees cycling it around the blue line. Harvey Stead fires it off the boards. Down low chance, save Hepburn. Scramble in front, Vitali again, shot, save Hepburn. And loses his stick in the process. I don't think it's broken.
It's quite entertaining, the reactions of Gianni Vitali's family right below us on this shift as he's in the offensive zone.
Right in front of them.
Right in front of them.
Arsenault wheels back behind his own net. James Irons decides he fancies a go.
Keeps the stick out of the way, I don't mind that. From an official.
Arsenault to Gardner.
If you've got the opportunity to do that, get the stick out of the play.
And then
now he's missed the bench, so now he's got to keep hold of it.
Yep.
There we go.
Finally, once that distraction's out of the way, we can go back. Lewis Young. Back to Arsenault. Tries to start out the left-hand side. Robertson switches play. Beattie. Cross to Henderson. Shot towards goal. Just off the stick of Priest. Into his glove. He'll hold on. 5:27 gone in the second.
Yeah, the Bees just needing to settle this game down again now. It was a good shift in the offensive zone. A couple of good chances for Rose off the post and then Vitali, which was well kept out by Hepburn. Yeah, like I say, it is got the makings of going to be a very nervy, tense night all the way through, I think.
Yeah, just what you want for this weekend. Bees clear the zone. That one is going to be iced, and we will come all the way back.
But we'll try again.
Face-off will remain to Priest's left. Held up, Bees come away with it, turned over immediately. That one bounces up into Priest. Shot snapped on goal there.
Yeah, Solway have definitely found their legs in this period. I guess, you know, it doesn't help having the very long bus journey all the way down from Dumfries before you have to play this game, but they've definitely got that extra tempo that in this period that they maybe didn't have at times in the first. And yeah, they've been, for me, the better team these first 6 minutes.
Kerr at the blue line, hammered by Aidan Doughty, and the Bees can break the other way. 2-on-1, Liam Morris. Liam Morris! Cometh the hour, cometh the man. 25-53. It's Mo's fourth of the season.
Well, make a hit and make a play, Aidan Doughty. He's back in the lineup tonight, and he makes the big hit. He springs the 2-on-1, and that is a snipe from Liam Morris, who he was big against the Raiders a couple of weeks ago, and he's come up with a huge goal there. I said the Sharks had the momentum. The Bees have grabbed that right back.
Face off won by the Sharks. Sharks into the zone. Murray back on, loses the puck. from Baird is the assist. Well, additional one to Aidan Doughty, posthumously, I'd say, for the hit.
I think it's one of those where you should get an assist, but because he didn't actually touch the, I
Yeah.
don't think he actually touched the puck, he doesn't get one. But really, he should get an assist on that because it was his hit that made that entire play possible.
Murray dumps it and skates back to the bench. Mogg collects the puck from behind his own net. Connolly. That one.
Offside.
No, high stick is being signalled
Knocked
there
down with a high
by
stick.
Justin Lalonde. Face-off will be inside the Shark zone this time. Face-off to Hepburn's right. One by Young. Played out by Beattie. Foot race. Henderson and Stead. Henderson wins it, but Stead will take the puck off him following the hit. Robertson loses out. Bees will try and go the other way. Vanya under pressure, plays it into the corner. Vanya takes the tumble there. Goodbye goes in with Beattie. Puck shuffled round to Arsenault. His attempted clearance is fanned on. Antonov, good job to get that away, finds Ballas. Ballas shot! Marcel Ballas! Goal number 50! 27-12 time of the goal, and Marcel Ballas gets his 50th of the season.
And the momentum is now well and truly back with the Bees in this game. Again, Ballas uses Beattie as a screen and just rips this shot through. It's just a quick shot, yeah, like I say, shoots around Cal Beattie, and as you say, this is a guy with 50 goals. He's pretty good in those areas, and yeah, the Bees, from nowhere really, and probably against the run of play slightly, have a 2-goal lead.
Hell of a play from Vanya Antonov in the dirty areas to take the puck away. The Sharks break the other way. Gardner, that shot blocked. Down low. Down low once more. Peacock tries to find Dunbar. Cleared. Balance from Antonov and Gabai as the Bees break in once more. Vitali held up enough by Liam Stenton. And Hepburn covers up. This is Marcel Ballas' 50th of the year. And Don Gabai now on 97 points. .18 to go, and as Tom says, 2 goals from, well, completely against the run of play.
I was going to say Solway will be, I think, quite disappointed, to be honest, because they were the team I felt on top in this game for the last for the first 6-7 minutes of this period, and from nowhere they're suddenly 2 goals behind.
They win the draw on that one. Played up ice to Murray. He chips it ahead. Foot race between him and Baird. Murray, big body. It's easily going to shrug off Brendan Baird on that one. Bees able to clear. Morris. Cross to Baird. Runs into the corner. McGill able to knock Doughty off the puck. Held in the corner. Puck knocked loose, still, well, for a second there, 3 Sharks, 2 Bees. Finally brought away by Connolly. Henderson gets hammered into the boards by Morris. Connolly doesn't like it, coming together, and Ross Connolly suckers him in with that one. Liam Morris is going to head to the box.
Yeah, I don't think there's I mean, he is arguing, but I don't think there can be much argument from Liam Morris. It was a fairly clear interference, trip, whatever you want to call it, but he, as you say, Liam Danskin has drawn that one, and the Sharks will get a power play opportunity.
28-32 time of the penalty, and I should say at this point, as I've just seen as he turned to face us, Ross Murray is currently playing with one eye. He's got his left eye with a bandage over it.
Who said hockey players aren't tough?
Yeah.
I guess when your season's on the line, you do what it takes.
Yeah, you do absolutely everything. Man of absolute steel. Sharks win the draw. We believe it was 2 minutes for tripping up here. We're not entirely
I think
sure
it was I thought it was interference.
Could be interference.
I thought the symbol was interference from Hugh Poulton, but
the We'll wait and see if we can get confirmation from the DJ box on what that call was. Sharks with it. Peacock. Back to Arsenal.
Sorry, we're too busy talking about Ross Murray and not busy listening, busy enough listening to the announcements.
Sharks still with it. Once again, setting up, just closing down the box, as it were. Falls back to Arsenal. Across to Gardner, back to Peacock. Peacock tries to shovel in short side. Knocked into the corner. Brendan Baird throws the hit on Peacock. Bees try and clear, kept in by Arsenal at the blue line. Across to Gardner. Gardner's shot blocked in front. Back to Arsenal, just keeps that in on the blue line. Peacock. Down low, Robertson bundled over by the Bees unit, and they will clear it up ice.
Yeah, there's a good minute of puck movement there from the Sharks, but the Bees doing well to keep them away from the net for the most part, and yeah, keeping it tight. And a good poke check there from Antonov on the blue line to clear the zone again.
Hepburn has to come out of his net to play. Leaves it for Arsenal. Dunbar. Just over halfway gone in the game. As Arsenal carries it over the blue line, stopped by Antonov for a moment, bounces back nicely to the D-man. Across goal for Nolan Gardner, and he's a power play assassin this year. His 18th power play goal and his 47th of the year, 30-10 time of the goal.
Second goal of the night for Gardner, and that is a excellently worked power play and an excellent finish from Gardner. And we see the play develop here. Pass across the board, just again a bit too much space, which you're going to get with the man advantage, particularly in the second period with the change. And it's a one-timer blasted past Griffin Priest. The Bees D, maybe two D-men were maybe just a bit too far apart there. It just gave the space up for Gardner.
Gardner from Arsenault and Dunbar is the Sharks' second goal of the night.
I think it's fair to say that the Sharks do deserve a second goal in this. That goal on that. They've worked through it. It's Gardner again.
Gardner again. This time saved by Priest, taken away by Harvey Stead. More comes together behind the players. Harvey Stead takes it over the Sharks' blue line, and Harvey Stead goes coast to coast. Kick save from Hepburn. Gardner switches it. Stenson up the right-hand side, avoids the hit, tries to go back cross goal again. Bees with bodies in the way. Will Stead will try and chip it around Stuart Kerr. Net down low once again. Sharks bring it clear. Kerr spins and gives it back to Stenton. Stretch pass. Kept in for a moment there, but good clean-up play there by Lewis Young. Goodbye. Into the zone. Goodbye, snaps the shot, that's into the glove of Hepburn. He'll hold on, 8:41 to go in the second. Still
an excellent tempo to this game, you know. You look at it's really picked up in physicality, it's really picked up in pace, and just generally chances created. I think the first was quite cagey. It's definitely opened up more in the last, 10 and 11 minutes of the game.
Even more so in the last, 6-7 minutes with 4 goals.
Yeah.
Popping up.
Yeah.
Face off right of Hepburn, won by the Bees. Ballas spins and fires down low. Arsenault finds Beattie. Sharks will look to break the other way. Peacock drops it off for Robertson. Fans on that shot. Falls nicely through to Griffin Priest. He'll cover up and we'll go from one end to the other. Music apparently optional.
There we go. I think they were waiting. There was a chant going on. They were letting them finish.
Face off left of Priest. Won by the Sharks. Beattie tries to fire one through traffic. That's off the knee pad. Arsenault tries the same. That one is also blocked. 3-on-2 for the Bees the other way. Goodbye. Drops it off for Antonov. Antonov snaps a shot. Saved by Hepburn. Goodbye held up well by Beattie to prevent the shot on the follow-up.
Yeah, good work there from Kel Beattie with Goodbye driving the net there.
Dunbar absolutely pantses Brendan Baird on that one, going through his legs. Baird makes up for it, creating the turnover at the back end of the play. Antonov over the blue line. Uses Morris as a screen. Down low to Ballas. Tries to go back to Morris in the low slot, but it's blocked by Arsenault. Peacock finds Robertson. Can't get out from under his skates. Does eventually. Dumps it into the zone. Mags is back there. fine to line. Icing waved off. Connolly first man to it. Doughty, you can tell he's a bit rusty in throwing hits. There's been a couple of them that have been a bit late tonight. Sharks down low. Man down.
I think you've got to stop the play here. I was going to say, you've got to stop the play with the puck in that position in the offensive zone and a man down like that.
Let's see if we've got that on the replay.
It's a bit of an awkward collision, that one.
Rossbottom with a hit on Kieran Hare. Hare is up to one knee at the moment. And up and back to the bench.
That's good to see. Good to see. Yeah, it's a bit awkward. I think his head maybe his head just catches the ball on the way down, and I don't think there's anything. There's nothing in the hit. It's just one of those things. It's an awkward angle that he's landed. And to be fair, I don't think there's any real complaint from Solway on it either.
No,
I think it's one of those hockey plays. It's just an unfortunate landing, and like I say, I think he seems to be okay, which is good news. A bit of discussion about who should be on the bench for both on the ice and on the bench for both teams.
I think it's more of a case of because
there
of
was
the
some
play,
changing,
they forgot to give the teams a
chance to change. So yeah, we've sorted out now, and we're back and ready to go.
Yeah, face off left of Priest. Won by the Bees. Quickly turned over though. Tonner will play it into the corner. Harvey Stead first to the loose puck. Leaves it for his D partner. In Ollie Nags. Tipped ahead at the blue line by Vitali. Connolly first man there. He runs into Will Stead. Nags away from Murray. Vitali just fires that one into the corner. That one will be iced. The Bees will make the argument that they feel Ross Connolly let that one cross over the line.
Yeah, it's
one of those you've seen them called and seen them not called.
Yeah, exactly. You see him called both ways. I think, unfortunately for Vitali there, he didn't really have much of a play. He just had to kind of chop at that puck, and there were no Bees players between him and the other zone. So yeah, icing is cool, and the offensive zone face off for Solway,
which is won by Dan Rose. Bees will try and set up a little bit of zone time in the Sharks' end. Rose finds Will Stead. Back to the blue line, Stuart Mogg keeps that in the blue line. Just misses the stick of Vitali, but will fall to Dan Rose. He's dispossessed by Kerr. Sharks the other way. Dunbar once more. Into the zone, fired across the Peacock, that's just over his stick. Gardner tries to pass it into the low slot, turned over once more. Vitali, room to work on the left wing, one man to beat, tries to skate through Stuart Kerr and does. Vitali with a shot on goal, saved by Hepburn. Shot with no real power in it, but he managed to get one on goal and force the face off.
Great work from Vitali to, stay with one to beat. He gets around Kerr, does well to get a shot off in the first place, and forces Hepburn to hold on. Allows the Bees to change and allows them to get an offensive zone face-off and a chance to make it maybe at a set-up play here with the top line out.
6 minutes and change remaining in the second. Face off won by the Bees. Back to Balaz and back to Bradley at the blue line. Tip in front from Balaz wide of the net. Hepburn sent the wrong way. Antonov wraparound chance bounces off the knee of a Sharks defender and into the glove of Hepburn. He'll hold on.
Yeah, good work, just keeping that play alive there from Antonov behind the net, and again forcing a cover up, and you can reset once again. Obviously, there's four Solway players and one Marcel Balaz in front of the net, so the odds were against the Bees' favour of getting anything out of that, but you get the face off and you can start again.
Face off to the left of Priest, won by Peacock. Priest even, Hepburn even. Goodbye. Peacock for company. Creates the turnover. Good work by, I suppose I can call him the GM. Peacock tries to shovel it through to Garner. Turned over. Balaz with Arsenault for company. He loses out on the puck. Beatty fires it over to Antonov. He, in turn, fires it back to Gardner. And icing called as Mogg not quite over centre ice when he played that one in. So all the way back we go. 5:24 remaining in the second. Just as we were praising the middle 10 minutes of this period. This last couple of minutes have gone back to being scrappy.
Yeah, again, it's back down as a 1-goal game again, and I think it's just going to be one of those nights, I think, for the full 60 minutes and potentially beyond.
Ballas finds goodbye, return pass. Fired across goal, Mogg steps around Dunbar. Mogg with BT for company. Ballas held up in the corner. Arsenault happily picks his pocket. BT looking to start the play. Gardner, little flip up ice, bouncing puck. Bradley reads it. Both teams making changes as they go. Bees into the zone, goodbye. Goal has come off. Hepburn kicks that one off, so the face-off will stay inside.
Yeah, and Solway unable to change on that play.
So we're currently at 6-2 in terms of goalpost kickoffs at this one end.
Yeah, I think as we've discovered, it's definitely the net and not the netminder.
Which is weird because it hasn't done this at all.
No, there's obviously just something, one of the pegs not properly fitting in or something tonight. I don't know. I'm not an expert in goal pegs, unfortunately.
Sharks win the draw, Arsenault.
There's a lot of things I'm not an expert in, and goal pegs is one of them.
Young off to Henderson. That shot takes a high bounce. Gloved down by Mackenzie. And Mackenzie will use his speed to try and get around his last man. Shot from a tight angle. Hepburn sees it late. Does just enough to keep it from bouncing in.
Yeah, really good thinking from Mackenzie. Just put one on net and see if you can get a rebound or one to sneak through.
McGill takes the hit from Mackenzie. Young blows past Webb, stopped at the blue line once more. BT loses out the puck to Webb. Cleared out the zone. Collected by McGill. And that one turned over as well. Rossbottom. Finds Nags. Long stretch pass read like a book by Callum McGill, who just sticks a skate out in the way and then holds onto a stick. Puck bounces over McGill, icing called and then blown away. Connolly. Morris tries to throw the hit. Instead he gets help from Aidan Doughty once more. Carried out the zone by Rossbottom, and that pass back from Murray goes fortunately away to Ross Connolly. Dumped in, final 3 minutes of the second period. Doughty tips that one ahead. Stenton gets there just ahead of Rossbottom. Tonner into the zone, loses an edge. Bees can't get the hold of the puck. Kerr tries to go to Dunbar. Dunbar back across Gardner, bats it down, finds that one over the bar and almost off of James, I think that's James Arms. No, it's Hugh Porton, it's the other one. 1 and 2 shot, got it wrong. And Bees clear the zone. Icing waved off. Kerr beats it to the goal line. Stenton almost plays himself into trouble there. Able to find Peacock. Pass to Kerr, who is dropped by Will Stead. Shot from a tight angle, rebound loose, cleared in front. Foot race to the puck. And icing called, despite the fact Will Stead wins the foot race.
I'm not sure, actually. I think Kerr was ahead at the point where you blow it down at the hash marks. So I think they've got that one right, personally. We'll agree to disagree on that one, but for my view, I felt Kerr was the first one there.
It was close.
I think if you'd had a couple more steps, Stead was going to catch him, but I think Kerr did win that one out.
Face off right of Priest. Won by the Sharks. Arsenault weaves his way through everyone to the front of the goal. Priest with a save. Stead cleans up, takes it away from danger, finds Vitali. Rose can't get out from underneath his skates, plays off the boards, and that one will be iced again this time. Bees playing themselves into danger here.
So it's been a long shift now for this Bees third line, or second and a half line, really, I suppose.
And look who, once again, is on the receiving end of a few straight icicles. It's Stuart Mogg.
I would hate to see what his ice time logged is so far tonight, because I imagine it's quite a lot. Quite a lot.
Face off won by Craig Peacock. Done a lot of that so far tonight. That will be important in the third period. Gardner tips that pass on. No one there in a white shirt. The clearance from Dan Rhodes falls to Gardner. Bees will break up ice. 3-on-3. Stuart Mogg leads the rush. Stopped by Olivier Arsenault. Wilstead will help clean up. Hammered by Nolan Gardner. Puck around to Arsenault. Gardner instead still have it coming together. Final minute of the second period. Arsenault steps around 1, 2 and 3 as he makes his way to the goal line. Round the boards, Gardner fires it across goal. Blocked by, I want to say it's Brendan Baird this time. Antonov into the Sharks zone the other way. Drops it off for goodbye. That one kick save by Lewis Young. Balaz gets ahead of Arsenault. Bradley towards goal. Tip from Antonov. Blocked by Beattie. Young fired over to Dunbar. He'll carry it into the zone. Snaps the shot over the shoulder, over the bar. Turnover once again, 20 seconds left. Bees time for one last chance as Goodbye carries into the zone. Steps around Stuart Kerr, Don Goodbye. Escorted away from goal by Kel Beattie and Lewis Young. And the Sharks go the other way. 10 seconds, Callie Robertson. Potential buzzer beater. Robertson snaps the shot off the side of the goal. Falls back to Stenson. Backhanded into the zone, and that will do for the second period. A second period which the Sharks came out running and gunning and tied the game up before two surprise goals from Liam Morris and Marcel Ballas' 50th of the year put the Bees 2 goals ahead. The Sharks get another one back thanks to Nolan Gardner's second of the period to make it a 1-goal game still after 40 minutes. And Tom, it's still a very, very close game.
Yeah, it's very close. It's end-to-end. I think Solway will be very disappointed to be a goal down at this point. I think they, for long periods, had the momentum and were the better team in that period. But the Bees were clinical when they've had their opportunities to be so. Look, it's huge now the next 20 minutes. Obviously, for Solway, they've got to find at least 1 goal, if not more, in the third period. Both seasons, we said it was going to be a tight one tonight, and both teams' seasons are really going to come down to 20 minutes of ice hockey.
Well, potentially a National League season is decided in the next hour. It's Bees 3, Sharks 2 after 40 minutes, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes with the scores from elsewhere and the stats from that period. Welcome back to the hangar for the third period here tonight. We're 2 minutes away from the teams rejoining us on the ice. That second period, obviously Nick will bring it up for us here. I'm sure he's got the shots on goal. I wasn't here. There were 13 on Britton Priest, 14 on Callum Hepburn, 2 goals apiece in that period. Liam Morris and Marcel Ballas is at 50th of the season for the Bees. Nolan Gardner striking twice for the Sharks. Make it 3-2 at the end of 2. This is the bit where I can throw over to Tom, as he has the scores from elsewhere in the league.
So elsewhere in the league, we've got the MK Lightning 4, the Bristol Pitbulls 1. Raiders 1, Peterborough 1, Raiders 2 in Peterborough. Telford Tigers 3, the Hull Seahawks 0. That's during the first period, a 6 o'clock face-off. And just as we end the second period, it's the Leeds Knights 4, the Sheffield Steel Dogs 3.
The scores from elsewhere. Peterborough, Telford, obviously those results now mean that probably Telford, well, they're tied with Peterborough at least going into the final weekend. I don't know if they jump them on head-to-head because, I'll be honest, I haven't looked. The Raiders winning in Peterborough obviously doesn't help the Bees if they want to reach 7th. Here's the table. So Telford will join Peterborough to level on 55. Raiders will pull away 51, and well, the goal difference will probably end the Bees' chances of finishing 7th.
So it's now 5-1 for MK, by the way, and 4-0 for Telford.
Well, there you go. Telford 4-0 up on Hull. Telford hitting form at the right time.
Definitely.
Obviously, next week we will hopefully be able to bring you what the playoff groups will look like. Yes, Nick, I'm going to give you another button to press.
Nick's thinking I don't have enough room for all these buttons.
Yeah, one of these days we'll get Annika to take a picture of what Nick has up on the screen. As the Bees join us for the third period. weight of the Sharks as Callum Hepburn leads them out for the third and final time. And Tom, I suppose the equation is really simple for these 20 minutes for our visitors this evening. All out.
Yeah, you've got to empty the tank now. Like I say, if the scoreline stays like this, the result stays like this, then your season is over in terms of being able to make the playoffs. So, yeah, you just have to, if you're the Solway Sharks now, you just have to put everything on the line and try to turn this around in the last 20 minutes. If you can, ideally you want a regulation win, but at the very least you've got to get this to overtime. That's the minimum at this point. But you really, in reality, need to get this turned around in the next 20 minutes.
The Sharks, any win for them will, well, they won't necessarily take the head-to-head series. An overtime win will give them the advantage. It'll be tied 6-6. It will come down to wins after that and goal difference, which is important.
Which, as we say, it's currently pretty close. It is really a nail biter, this battle for the final spot.
Strap yourselves in, everyone. 20 minutes to decide seasons as James Irons drops the puck and the Sharks win the open draw once again with Craig Peacock. Dunbar will throw it in deep. Bradley first to it. Calmly sells it down for Antonov. Goodbye. Uses Balaz as a screen. Finds Antonov again. Antonov snaps the shot. And that one's into the glove of Hepburn. He'll hold on. And Tom, for the Bees, it's a case of you can't sit back and hope to keep out a one-goal lead. It's not something the Bees have done very well, if at all, this year.
No, and it's not a good strategy. Griffin Priest there, trying to get that net post in. We've seen that come up a lot. Yeah, it's not a good strategy when you've got 20 minutes to try and defend a one-goal lead. You've got to keep playing the same way. You've got to keep looking to just keep pushing. If you sit back, if the Bees sit back for the next 20 minutes against this Solway Sharks team, they're going to lose this game.
Shot from Luke Marsh from Bradley is kicked aside by Hepburn. Gardner will leave that one. Cross-ice pass to Peacock. Dumps it in, bounce off the Zamboni door, falls nicely to Stuart Mogg, takes it away from John Dunbar. Balaz flips that one up into the Bees bench. That one will stay in the Bees zone. I just feel that even the fans here are getting a bit nervy.
Well, like I say, it's crunch time now for both teams. You play 50+ games in a National League season, and it comes down to 20 minutes effectively.
Bees with a draw. Time can't quite bring that down. Lucy Young steals it away from him. Offside called there on the Bees.
I think we're going to go all the way as well because of the amount of time it took the Bees to try not clear the zone, as it were.
I don't know if we are.
Oh, no, I thought Justin Lalonde was signalling all the way, but clearly not. Liam Sentence perhaps asking why not, but yeah.
Sharks win the draw. Step carries into the zone. Shot kicked high up into the netting by Priest. And they'll get their face off in the B zone one way or another.
Yes.
You can already see a few fans' heads clock watching already.
It's too early for that, really. It's too early for that, really, when you've still got almost an entire period to play.
Henderson flips that one into the corner. Baird's attempted clearance only finds Callie Robertson. Back up to the blue line, shot in front, deflected. Collected by Young. Stead plays that with a high stick, bats it down, that'll be blown dead immediately.
And we'll get the face-off again inside the zone.
Does get a line change in for the Bees. Both teams will change. Face off, Priest is right. Held up. Toller steals it ahead of Ross Bottom. Fired around the defensive boards by Morris. Doughty misplays that one. Hare tries to knock it around Baird. Collected by Morris. Murray, for lack of a better term, sits on him. Brendan Baird falls over the goal. It's all fun and games at the moment.
It's all going off in behind the net here.
Sharks come away with the puck back to the blue line. Across to McGill. Dumped it down low. Tries to play for the bounce. Baird reads it this time. And shovels it along to Doughty. carries into the zone. That comes off the stick of a back-checking Murray and up into the netting behind the goal.
Really good defensive play there from Brendan Baird to just flick the puck away from the Sharks forward and create a rush down the other end. Nothing comes of it, but you get the offensive zone face-off, you get the change, you get the top line out. You don't want to be getting stuck on long shifts in this third period if you're the Bees. You want to keep those lines rotating, get the fresh legs on the ice as much as possible.
Bees did win the draw, but Sharks block a shot and take it the other way. Shot from Gardner, blocked in front by Bradley. Peacock takes it away from Antonov. Hold up in the scrum, Gardner brings it away. Fired, cross ice. Back to Gardner, shot off the stick of Breeze and wide. Beattie keeps it in. Balaz blocks that attempt to pass. Foot race to the puck. Hepburn out of his net to play it. Shovels it up to John Dunbar. Batted away by Bradley. Goodbye. Steps around Arsenault. Shovel. Shunts it around the boards. No one in the black shirt there. Sharks clear. Peacock the other way. Tries to find Gardner. That's off the skate of Baird. Good defensive work again from the Bees. Bradley carries it up ice himself, gets over centre ice, flips that towards goal. Arsenault gets there ahead of him. Sharks take a second just to set the play up. There it comes. Long stretch pass from Arsenault, finds Young. Taken down by Baird. Rose up the right hand side, tries to set Will Stead away. Stenton cuts him off at the pass. Stead dispossesses Henderson. Vitali can't find the pass. Stead off the glass, glove down by Stenton. Brought away by Young. Rose jumps in under that one. Dan Rose to the goal line, fired across goal. Good sticking away there to prevent the shot for Doughty. Scott Henderson there breaks up that chance, and the Sharks go the other way once more. Lovely stick handles this time in front by Callie Robertson. Sent the other way. Stenton back to Robertson, winds up, fires, deflected down. Rossbottom first to the puck, plays it up ice, icing immediately waved off. I think the decision there being that Tonner could have played it and chose not to. Stead picks off that long stretch pass. He's tumbled down by Tonner. Coming together as well in the back of the Solway zone as well. Fired around the boards, kept in at the blue line by Mogg. Sharks come away with the puck. Murray. Finally get it out of the zone. Tonner bulldozes his way past Adam Rossbottom. Stead will lose out to Hare. Tonner takes it away from Balaz and Morris. Mogg there on clean-up duty. Good work there from Stuart. Tonner comes away from it with the puck. Balaz tries to escort him out the zone. Mogg first to loose puck. Chips it off the glass, out the zone. Danskin beats out any icing call. Danskin turns away from Balaz, goes back behind the Sharks goal line. Long flip up ice towards Dunbar anyway. Baird will get there first. Round the glass it goes. Arsenault back there on his own hash marks to collect. He'll weave his way through traffic. He's already beaten two. He's going to try and complete the set and go past Brennan Baird. Brennan Baird, great stick in the lane there. Breaks that up and sets Dom Goodbye away. Goodbye, left-hand side, chance on goal. Save Hepburn. Talley gets to the puck first. Takes a hit from Connolly, or Gardner even. Do apologise, the netting in the way here doesn't make it easy sometimes.
Yeah. We are a fair distance away from the play when it's down that end. This is the hit
on Harvey
Harvey Stead. Yeah, maybe. I guess the Bees fans and potentially players would have argued that's quite similar to the one in the first period, but no call on that one.
Face-off right of Hepburn, won by the Sharks once more. Dominated the face-off dot tonight at all ends of the ice. Robertson at the left wing. Fires a shot for a tight angle, rebound loose into the slot. No one there in a white shirt. Vitali will take it the other way. Rose drops it off for Bradley. That one well off radar. Henderson plays it up ice. Mogg chooses to split or steal and makes the mistake. Chance on goal. Rebound again. Big game breath. Callie Robertson with 2 bites of the cherry. And neither of them go in. A third shot from the blue line. And Priest pushes that one into the netting.
Superb piece of net money here. As you say, Mogg just went for the pinch, didn't get it. And a great save. And the puck just rolling away before Robertson could get a chance to put away the rebound. But yeah, huge stop there in the one-on-one situation from Griffin Priest. Probably the first half mistake that Stuart Mogg's made all night. I wouldn't even call it a mistake. He had to make a choice, and yeah, Robertson just beat him to that one.
Dunbar down low will go for the wraparound. Highstead cuts that angle off, and then high sticks Dunbar right in front of James Irons. That one might be the most obvious call of the night.
And again, we're going to see now whether there's anything drawn, any blood drawn from it, but he's certainly, Harvey Stead not happy. But I think it's a fairly, as you say, easy call to be made.
That'll be 2 for high sticks. 46-55, and this dangerous Sharks power play will go looking for its 49th goal of the year.
This is a key moment in the game. You sense Solway have just again ramped up the pressure a little bit, and the Bees have been trying to hit them on the counter, but now Solway are going to have an opportunity to set up a power play in the, with 13 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the third period, a 1-goal game. It's a huge moment for the Bees and for the Sharks.
Well, the Bees will break short-handed. Balaz will try and get around Dunbar. He's just going to take it for a lovely tour of the Shark zone. Gets dispossessed as he runs into referee Hugh Polton at the other end. Sharks into the zone. Gardner. Round it goes. Baird tries to break the play up. Finds Dunbar. Back up top. Arsenault away from Gabai. Arsenault takes tumble, and that has drawn a penalty. It's a very late call, but it's a call nonetheless. 47-33, and we're going to have 80 seconds of 5-on-3. And I think Don Gabai has caught him in a rather sensitive area.
Yeah, again, the stick gets in between the legs, and it's one of those frustrating ones because obviously Dom Gabai doesn't mean to trip him there, but the stick's in the legs, and it's going to be called. It's right in front of the referee, and he's trying to. I completely understand what Gabai's trying to do there. He's trying to play the puck, but yeah, it's a trip. There's no other way for me to sit there and say it. At the end of the day, it's in front of the referee. So
2 for tripping at 47-33 for Don Gabai. 5-on-3 for 80 seconds.
It's the second quite long 5-on-3 opportunity the Sharks have had tonight.
And look who's on the ice again.
Yeah, they couldn't convert on the first one. Can they take advantage this time around?
Tempting fate, that's for sure, on the Bees' part. The Sharks win the draw. Peacock circles round, fires a shot through traffic. That comes off the skate of Gardner and away from goal. Stenton down low. Peacock back to Stenton. Across it goes. Chance blocked by Brendan Baird. Baird clears it, not out the zone. Chance from Beattie. Down low again. Dunbar in front for Gardner. That one's fired way over the bar, luckily for the Bees. Peacock circles again, finds Dunbar down low. Back up to Beattie, across to Stenton, back to Beattie. Stenton again. Peacock kept down low. Finds Gardner. Gardner finds Dunbar, can't get a handle on it. Chance in front, and the Sharks bundle it home with Liam Stenton. And we're going to come together here between John Dunbar and Brendan Baird. But it's a goal nonetheless, and the Sharks tie this game up 48-28. Liam Stenton, 6th of the season.
Well, play with fire and you're liable to get burnt, or maybe that should be swim with sharks and you're likely to get bitten, but it's just a scramble around the net and Stenton's just able to force the rebound in, and then there's a bit of afters from Baird and Dunbar tangled up behind the net. But, well, you give up too many power play opportunities, you give up too many 5-on-3 power play opportunities, and eventually one of them's going to get tucked away. Well, it's a whole different hockey game at 3-3 with 11.5 minutes to go.
We're still on the man advance for another minute and 5 seconds. think catch on the replay. The reason why Brennan was a bit upset with that is Dunbar has pushed him off in the face with his glove. Wasn't obviously malicious,
No,
but
just trying to get away, but
frustration there from Brendan Baird nonetheless.
yeah, you just conceded a goal and you're not happy, and then you get a push, you're going to probably react to it. It's fair enough.
Turned over, Balance. Well, I thought Stenton had scored the goal, and he's just been given it as the assist.
Fair enough. Well, that make it. It looked
So-
like Stenton, but it may be a.
Sharks the other way, Dunbar. Bees all at sea now. Gardner snaps the shot, blocked by Mogg. Falls nicely to Balaz. He will just play it out the zone. Misplay there for a moment by the Sharks. Flipped into the opposite corner. Mogg. Garner misplays that one as it bounces over his stick, out the zone. Arsenal spins away from Rose. His penalty is about to expire. Arsenal loses out to Wilstead. B's back to full strength. Bradley, long cross-ice pass. Finds Dan Rose. No, it doesn't. He can't get himself positioned correctly. And BT collects. 10 minutes to go and a bit extra as Henderson bundles down Wilstead. Chance in front, and that's a shot from Young off the stick of Bradley. And now we've still got more afters. The Bees are letting frustration get in the way now.
Well, I think they're looking for calls that you're not going to get 50. I don't think you're going to get those borderline calls in this situation. I think, you know, they're frustrated. Obviously, they've had 2 penalties go against them, and they feel there should be something coming the other way. But I think the 2 that have gone against them have been pretty clear-cut.
Tom, unfortunately, you're famous with the Solway Sharks now.
Am I?
Yeah, they've just used your quote on their stream.
Oh, no.
Nice to know you're listening, everyone in Dumfries.
Oh, no. But, yeah, I think the Bees are starting to get frustrated. And you've got to focus. You can't expect the referees to be deciding this game now.
Essentially, in what is a playoff game.
You know, exactly. Hugh Porton and James Irons are experienced officials at this level. They're going to call what they have to call, but they're not going to.
Antonov, no-look pass is turned over in a dangerous position.
Like I said, they're not going to call those borderline ones now in this situation.
Balaz settles everything down. Goodbye. Tips it on ahead. Sharks turn it over. Finds Robertson. Kept in by Antonov for a brief second. Young plays it on ahead. Foot race to the puck. Baird will get there ahead of Henderson.
More pushing and shoving going off behind the play.
Well, Ballas has just been carried into the zone. That is a penalty.
That's a penalty. I think someone's going to have to.
The whistle finally goes. 51:01 is the time of the penalty.
I think that's a pretty clear-cut one again, off the puck. A very late play here.
Well, Ballas has lost the puck there, and he's been carried in.
And
Lewis
then Lewis Young has finished it. I think he's going to be the one who takes the interference.
Well, the referees are having a discussion here, which is never a good sign.
Tensions are starting to boil over. You know, we said it all night. There's so much riding on this game. There's going to be emotions running high. But yeah, I think both coaches need to just calm everything down. You know, like I say, tensions are starting to run high, and frustrations are getting the better of players now at this point. With like I say, less than 10 minutes, 2 minutes on the clock.
2 minutes for Lewis Young. There was no signal given by the officials. But it was 2 minutes for something at 51:01. We will wait an announcement.
Marcel Ballas is back up.
Ballas, yep, as Tom says, back in gingerly skating back to the bench.
Hopefully nothing too serious on that one.
Been in the walls the last few weeks. Obviously he's a marked man, as he's been arguably the Bees player of the season. Two minutes for interference is the call on Lewis Young. For the Bees, it's the biggest power play of the season.
Yeah, and the power play's not been good tonight for the Bees. So, you know, time. If you're going to get it right, there's no time like the present, I guess, in this situation. But yeah, they're going to have to step up on the power play, because it's been very, very poor so far this evening, and Solway have been able to pretty much dominate on the penalty kill.
Solway have been excellent penalty killing tonight. Mogg starts the rush from his own end, finds Liam Morris up the left-hand side. Morris, cross goal, no one there. Wilstead collects, tries to go back to Mogg, but it's picked off by the Sharks. They'll break the other way. And that one is offside. Kieran Hare jumping the gun on the pass to Craig Peacock. But one thing that 30 seconds did do was give that Bees top unit a little bit of a breather, and they'll all come out.
Marcel Balaj is back in that group, which is good to see. He's not nothing lasting from the hit by Young. So
I think in a game like this, much with Ross Murray, it's take your 30 seconds.
Yeah, take your 30 seconds and get back out there as quick as you can, really. Particularly if you're Marcel Balaj and you're the 50-goal man on the Bees.
Craig Peacock wins yet another draw. Flip down in. Priest leaves it for Bradley. Bradley almost gives that up to Kieran Hare, but he will set Balaz away. Also, Vitali away. Down in front of Goodbye, that shot blocked. Puck bounces to Antonov. Back to Bradley at the blue line. Once again, this Bees power play very static, not a lot of movement, not drawing anyone out in the Sharks. Penalty kills. Goodbye fires one through traffic into a sea of bodies, and the Sharks clear.
Yeah, once again, really disciplined penalty killing work from the Solway Sharks, just keeping everything to the outside. Bees forced to put a fairly speculative shot through the traffic, and it's blocked.
Balaz finds Goodbye. Goodbye almost gets through, not quite. Kept in his zone for a moment and hammered the length of the ice. Priest has his little play. 30 seconds left on the young miner. Priest misplays that one. Gardner beats Bradley to it, but Bradley able to bring the bouncing puck down for a second. Morris almost runs into Marcel Balaz, and that gives the puck back to the Sharks. They'll dump it in. Harvey Stead. From behind his own net. That will probably do it for the rest of this penalty as Liam Morris weaves his way past Craig Peacock. Morris snaps a shot, it's blocked in front. Sharks back to full strength. Morris bundled down, and we're going to get another penalty on the Sharks. Quick as he comes, wow. 53-06.
We're a long way from this one, so it's hard to see. But again, it's a trip. It's in front of if it's a trip in front of the referee, it's probably going to be called, regardless of the situation of the game. And yeah, straight away, this is a big moment now for the Bees, because you've now got a tired Sharks penalty killing unit who've been out for 2 minutes and are now going to have to do another 2 minutes of work. Tired is not a word. It's been a long. It's been the stress. I'm a neutral in this one, and the stress is getting to me.
Callum Hepburn is called 2 minutes for tripping.
Interesting
on
one.
That one. I didn't think it was him.
No.
Let's put it that way. Sharks clearance kept in by Bradley. The Bees once again will go to the well and hope that this one is better. Bradley fired through traffic. That's wide of the net. Puck across to Balaz. Vitali loses out and cleared the length of the ice. Priest has to watch that one as it bounces in on him.
That was a big bounce in front of Griffin Priest, and he did very well to track that all the way. You have those horrible images in those situations.
Goodbye. Into the zone, snaps the shot, that one's wide. Puck falls nicely to Bradley, hammered by Hare. Vitali. Down low, chance in front! And just like that, let's say it, it's Gianni Vitali! 53-52, he goes to celebrate in front of his parents, I think. And the Bees are back on top, Vitali's 20th of the season.
Well, the power play has been a weakness for the Bees all night, but it comes big when it really matters here with 6:08 to go. The puck moving around, nice puck movement in the zone. It's Bradley behind the net, and the one-time ripped shot through over the shoulder of Hepburn from Vitali. And he stepped up at a big moment there for the Bees, and 6:08 to go. It's time to believe, maybe.
Well, 6 minutes and change as Wilstead dispossesses Kel Beattie and steps round Arsenault. Held up behind the Sharks' net. Stead. Vitali from Bradley and Goodbye, which I think will take Goodbye to 98 points with 1 weekend to go. No, my lucky won't get any now. Attempted clearance from the Sharks, battered down by Rossbottom. They will get it away this time. into the zone. Shot blocked by Baird. Priest tries to cover it. Can't this time. Back to Peacock, or Gardner even. His no-look pass goes straight out the zone and out the other side. Flicked on ahead. Mogg plays that one off the glass. He had to get that one right, or it would have been a delay of game. And that will fall nicely to goodbye. Shot from the blue line is blocked immediately. Gardner tries to set around Harvey Stead. Can't on this occasion. Rossbottom will try and get through. Arsenault collects, falls to Goodbye. Goodbye through traffic. Sticks aside by Hepburn. Rossbottom towards goal. Finds Goodbye again. Almost to Vanya Antonov, but it's past him. Harvey Stead plays it into the corner. And the Sharks will carry it the other way. Stenton stops at the blue line. Antonov takes the puck away. Tries to find Ballas on the back door. Almost gets the shot away. Good work on the defensive side by the Sharks once again. Can they convert it this time? Young into the zone. Tries to go through the goal. Priest sees it late, sees it nonetheless. Scott Henderson there with a chance just in front. Saved by the big Welshman.
Yeah, just puts the puck in front of the net there, and it's tipped through, and yeah, good positioning there from Priest to watch the puck all the way and hold on. 4:17 to go, and
almost turned over in front of Priest again. Robertson tries to shovel it around the boards. Morris collects the loose puck. Over to Doughty. Just chips it out the zone. 4 minutes to go. Now you can clock watch.
Yeah, I was going to say 4 minutes to go, and 4 minutes now for the Solway Sharks to keep their season alive.
Don't count them out
just definitely
yet.
Well, no, I've seen them turn it around late in games before.
And here they turn it on now. That one stopped by Bradley as Craig Peacock tried to dance his way through the Bees defence. But Adam Rossbottom gets past Arsenault, gets over centre ice, chips it in, Bees change. Beattie carries it into the Bees zone. Receives a return pass, tries to go for the no-look pass, blocked by Mogg once again. Gardner from the goal line. Peacock. Back high, shot through traffic. Priest sees it and does just enough to hold on. 3:09 to go.
Again, Priest there's not really much of a screen there that Mogg does well once again to box out the front of the net, and Priest is able to see that all the way, make the save. Yeah, it's now it's game management now for the Bees. They've got to hold on. They've got to be solid.
They can't take another penalty.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to stay out the box. You've got to play a clean game now for the next 3 minutes if you're the Bees and the Sharks. Neither team can afford to take a penalty at this point in the game.
Last week in the game against the Raiders, that one's turnover. Mogg fires a shot from centre ice. Hepburn pushes it aside. And
the Bees will be more than happy to keep the puck 200 feet away from Griffin Priest as much as possible now.
All eyes on Callum Hepburn in the Sharks net. He's signalling to Martin Grubb that he wants to go now. Sharks into the zone. That shot poked away by Antonov. Gardner follows in on his attempted shot.
I mean, I was going to say, if you're the Solway Sharks now, do you go early, try to win this in regulation, knowing the situation with the table?
I'd be tempted to, but I'm not a manager. Turned over, Goodbye. Tries to get away from Peacock. Stenton keeps it in. Coming together, puck can't escape the zone. Stenton does fantastically well from his knees. Just flip that down in deep. Mogg can't quite clear it. Kerr keeps that one in at the Bees blue line. Mogg will hold it as the Sharks are going to go for a change, and Mogg will hold it and let the Bees go for a change. Final 2 minutes of the third period. Mogg over to Doughty. That's just shoveled up ice, and that lets the
could be icing. It is going to be icing.
And that is icing called. 1:52 to go.
Timeout, Solway.
And the Solway Sharks call the timeout.
I think you're going to see Callum Hepburn stay very much at the Sharks bench now.
Well, he has already just jumped on it.
He is not coming back onto the ice.
I think it's one of those.
At this point.
I think it's one of those where even if they ask Callum Hepburn to go back in the goal, he ain't moving.
No, I think he's very much on the bench now. This is it. This is the game. This is the season now for the Solway Sharks. They're gonna ride with their 6 outskaters, and they're gonna go for this. I think it's safe to say you're going to see the top line out here now, and you're probably going to see the top line out for the next 2 minutes.
It's 6 on 5, 152, and a season on the line. Hepburn stays on the bench. Face off to the right of Brithen Priest. Face off won by Peacock. I feel like I've said that a million times tonight. Beattie down low to Dunbar. Back high, Gardner. Round and round it goes. Fanned on, falls to Aidan Doughty. He'll just backhand it out the zone. That will be icing.
Not the best play there from Aidan Doughty. I think he had more time than he realised.
He probably had enough time the first one to his forehand and go for the shot.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely did, I think, and yeah, puts more pressure on the Bees. I mean, you're not going to get a change from Solway either at this point, so there's that, but it just gives the Solway Sharks another offensive zone setup here.
Peacock, Dunbar, Gardner, Henderson are the forward 4. I believe it's Stenton and Beattie on the back end. Turned over, Harvey Stead. He'll try and fire it up ice, it just gets it out the zone. Played with a high stick is the call.
That's a huge, huge call.
Solway, see where that goes.
I think you're going to lose the zone. I think this is going to go outside the Solway zone here.
Hepburn will go back to the bench.
Yeah, I think he's going to back to the net.
Well, to the net.
Come back from the bench.
He'll come back from the bench. Words are hard.
Yeah. We're going centre ice by the look of it.
Yep, centre ice back
I feel like if Solway win this face-off, he's going to be
racing
back. They don't, as it turns out.
Mogg will play it in deep. Stenton will beat Ballas to it and find Beattie. Beattie gives it away to Gabai as he takes a tumble. Gabai just throws it behind the Sharks' net and away from danger.
That's kind of 15-20 precious seconds killed off by the Bees. Now I think you're going to see Hepburn move again.
Yeah, Hepburn already at the top of the blue paint. I mean,
You've got to do it.
Yep,
You've got to go
Hepburn
for it now.
Has gone 6 on 5 as the puck is turned over. Gabai
off the bench.
Fired that one off the bench. That should be.
Well, it's going to be icing anyway.
It's going to be icing anyway. So the only thing the Sharks lose out there is time.
The Bees, lose the ability to change, as if that had gone on the bench. I think they'd been able to change there, but it definitely looked like it hit something off the Bees bench. But I think we've ended up with a similar result. As you say, it's killed off a couple of seconds for the Bees not getting the initial early whistle. But
44 seconds to go. Peacock
broke his
stick on the draw. He'll skate back to the bench to get a new one. He's not short of options.
Everyone there was volunteering. The GM.
Doesn't even matter if it's the right-handed stick.
Just take one.
Fired across ice. 3 Sharks in front of net. This could be dangerous for the Bees. Dunbar down low. Tries to shovel one in short side. Nets off as Gabai collects the puck. Play bone dead. 24 seconds. Face off inside the Bees zone.
Solway have one play really now. They've got to get a goal, and they've got 24 seconds to get it. It's as simple as that. The Bees have 24 seconds to hold on.
Face off, right of Brithen Priest. Do or die. Peacock wins the draw. Back to Stenton, blocked by Ballas. Gardner poked away by Ballas. Falls to Gabai. Dom Gabai from the blue line. Dom Gabai puts it wide of the net and it's icing. But it kills half the time, more importantly.
It kills half the time, and that is a game of inches for Dom Gabai. That was almost .99 of the season on the empty net. Literally inches, it goes across the edge of the crease.
12.5 to go on the clock. Peacock wins the draw. Turned over, Gabai will just flick it up ice. That's going to hold. Probably do it. It's not going to go the length. Gardner back there, 3 seconds. They've got to go now. And that will put the TSI World Bees in the playoffs. Peacock and Gabai have a coming together at the end. Marcel Ballas just pointing at the scoreboard. The Bees are going to the playoffs.
Yeah, emotions just overflowing slightly at the end there. Obviously, one team. No, they're going to the Bees going to the playoffs. Obviously, heartbreak for Solway. But yeah, what a game! What a game! And we said all night it was going to be tense all the way through to the end, and boy was it.
With the season on the line, Gianni Vitali goes down as the hero to guarantee the Bees a playoff berth. We'll obviously have the man of the matches shortly. But, you know, we don't like to see what there was at the end there with a bit of the coming together.
I think it was just, as you say, emotions running high, a few words were exchanged. You know, I don't think there's anything there. But obviously, like I say, heartbreak for the Sharks. Don't know what's going on there. My brain's gone. But yeah, heartbreak for the Solway Sharks. They're going to be, they'll be devastated. You know, obviously, to come that close to the playoffs, it's going to be, and to miss out with 2 games to go, it's going to be really difficult for them. And it's going to be it's a long journey back, and going to be a lot of disappointment there. But you look at it. It's their first season. It's for Solway. It's your first season in the National League. They had a slow start to the season, and there's a lot to build on. And I think they'll be a real threat next year. I think next year, you know, once they look at this in the cold light of day and the disappointment of tonight and missing out on a chance to go to the playoffs is looked at in the cold light of day. I think there's a lot for Solway and for the Solway organisation and for their players and staff and fans to be very proud of. And yeah, I think the only way is up for them now. And you look at the second half of the season they've had. If they can carry that momentum into the new year, they're going to be a dangerous team in this league, I think.
All I'll say is Hull Seahawks.
Yeah, exactly that. There's something to build on, and you know, it's when you consider it was 10-11 games before they were able to get their first win of the season, something like that.
Yep, and it was a 4-point weekend down here as well.
4-point weekend, and you know, they've come a long way as a group, as an organisation, and yeah, I think it's only going to go. They're only going to go up from here, and you know, they are a real asset to this league.
So, man of matches, which tonight presented by Crosscheck Clothing. Tom, who would be your man of match for the Solway Sharks?
There's a few names out there. I think, for me, you've got to look at someone like maybe Craig Peacock, who was just dominant in the face-off circle all night. Nolan Gardner with his 2 really well-taken goals. Those would be probably my 2 picks, but there's a few names out there. We'll see who
is picked. And he goes to Nolan Gardner. He got 2 goals on the night.
One of my picks got it. I think, yeah, he's been
phenomenal sniper all season.
Yeah, he's been a fantastic asset to this Solway team, and as you say, he leads the league in power play goals. He took his power play goal tonight beautifully, and yeah, he's been a really good player.
He's been a phenomenal find for the Sharks. Well, Solway fans, thank you for joining us here on the stream. If you joined us here tonight, or for all 3 of your appearances here, thank you all season. We wish you well. If you're going down to Coventry, we hope you enjoy yourself. More importantly, I can't wait to see you next season, and hopefully I'll get to make a trip up to Dumfries myself next time. If the fixture odds are nice, I would like a nice weekend away day in Dumfries. Thanks.
Well worth doing. I was up there with Swindon earlier in the year, and it's well worth doing if you've not yet been to Solway. If you're any Bees or non-Solway fans listening who haven't been up there, make the effort to go to Dumfries. It's a good trip, long trip from down here, but a good trip.
And obviously I should also say a special shout out for Ross Murray, who is still somehow played.
I was going to say, that's another man of the match potential pick, isn't it? A guy who's played with one eye for 2 periods.
It's both impressive and insane.
Yeah. I mean, and you look at the Bees, have now a playoff berth secured after missing out last year, and that's a huge step forward for the organisation.
Well, that was the absolute minimum that the directors wanted this season, and they've got it. Vanya Antonov, the shirt off the back tonight as he presents that. Tom, it gives me just about enough time to ask your Bees man of the match before the actual one is given.
For me, it's the man who's currently right below us. It's Stuart Mogg for me. If I were picking, I'm not picking tonight, but if I were picking, it would be Stuart Mogg. I thought he had put in a phenomenal shift. He led from the front in his role as captain. blocking shots, playing huge minutes.
It goes to your game winner. It goes to Gianni Vitali, who came up big in the clutch. His 20th goal of the season, the power play goal that sends the Bees to the playoffs.
He put in a shift and he took, like I say, he was a hero on the night at the end of the day. He was a hero on the night, and his goal, you know, the Bees are going to be going into the playoff in 7th or 8th place, but you're in there, and that's all you can ask for. And every team in there has got a chance to get to Coventry, and who knows? All you've got to do is believe, Joe.
Don't make me touch the sign. Been saying it for weeks now. Gianni Vitali with a signed hat. Let's hope he doesn't pick out his mum this time. He launches it into the crowd, clears the glass.
Done well.
And the Bees will go for a very well-deserved lap of honour as they book their National League quarter-final place. There is one last home league game this season, and that comes Saturday when we welcome the Peterborough Phantoms to town. How we started the year is how we end the National League year. Next Saturday, 6:30 face-off here, live at the Hanger on Stream from 5:45. Tom, we'll wait and see what will happen to the playoffs. This might be the last time you're here this year. Thank you for joining me on this little year.
Thank you for putting up with me and all that. Yeah, it's always nice to get down here and get a chance to help out. So.
And obviously, the Bees will now have 3 extra games of hockey.
Hopefully, you'll be able to invite me back next season, Joe.
Hopefully, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We'll have 3 extra games of hockey in the playoffs. Nick's stuck with me for 3 more weeks. He's overjoyed.
He looks over the moon. He looks over the moon.
That's the word. As we leave you with the shots of the team for a team photo at the end of what personally has been a very difficult week. Thank you. Good night. Love you, Dad. Love you, Granddad. Nick, push the button.